Good morning, YouTube. Rob, One Strange Journey. Today, I'm going to install the ultimate filtration system under the sink in the RV. I've checked into the Berkey, whatever it's called, the one that goes up on the counter, but I'm out of counter space. I can't keep buying stuff for the counters. This one's going to go underneath the sink. That's the plan. It's a normal residential unit. It's one of the better values I found on Amazon also. It's a 6-stage. Plus I'm adding on an additional stage that's for the UV filter. It's not sponsored at all. So don't think this is an infomercial, a sponsored video. It's not. Bought this myself. Look at the size of my channel. Ain't nobody sponsoring me for nothing. So anyways, we're gonna see if we can get this puppy installed under the sink because we spend a fortune, honestly, like 30 bucks a month going to the grocery store and filling up water jugs. It's ridiculous and it's such a pain to do. And Jen keeps complaining. I don't want to hear her complain no more. We're going to do this entire thing for under 300 bucks. If you don't need the UV filter, the UV light filter, you're only talking under $200. And the UV filter is really for if you use well water, it'll kill off bacteria. I don't think you have as much of a bacteria issue if your RV is getting water from any kind of municipal city water. You probably don't need it. But I figure we'll go ahead and install it too because you never know where we're going to be in the future. We'll future-proof it a little bit. It's probably going to take up most of the space underneath the sink, but I think it'll be worth it. It'll just help us be more self-sufficient. Is that the word? Self-contained. We won't need to worry about when we get to Newtown where are we going to get water from because I'm not a safety Sally, but I hate drinking water out of the tap anymore. I used to when I was a kid, but I don't trust what they put in that stuff no more. I checked out like on what our little city here in Graybull, decent water. The only thing that there is traces of in the water is stuff like chlorine and cleaning chemicals they use to kill off any bad stuff. So there is some of that in the water. We need to get rid of that. I don't want to drink that. Let's get in there. Let's see what we got to do to fit this all underneath there. I'm not even for sure it's going to fit yet. Some YouTubers, they do their projects first, then they come do their outros. That way they know what to say because they know how it went. I have no clue how this is going to go. Like all my projects, I think they're going to be quick and easy. I'm going to hit snags, I'm sure. I'm going to have some dramas, I'm sure. That part I'm sure of. But 99.9% of the time, we get through it. Now, there's a very good how-to video on how to do the install. I'm not going to redo that. If I can put a link, I'll put a link below, but it's on the Amazon ad. When you scroll down the pictures, there's a video there. It shows really good how to install this. So that's the video you want to use to install, not mine. Mine's more of a review of the install and to show you if it fits because nobody's done one of these in an RV before. So let's see if we can go fit that puppy in there, huh? And we'll have better drinking water than we ever got from the grocery store. It'll be 7-stage RO system. All right, let's go. Let's take a look under here and I'll show you what I'm dealing with first on how much space we have. By the way, faucet working out wonderful. But here's what the wife's probably going to complain about is she's using all this space right now for lots of stuff. So I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this shelf here to fit it underneath here. So I'm gonna do first, get rid of all this stuff. And I'm gonna unpack the unit over here in the corner and kind of just see what kind of room we're looking at taking up. Okay. All right, so we got everything out of here. Got top, bottom cleared. This right here is going to be a dilemma. That system is going to take up space. So, oh nice. I'm going to see if I can get rid of this puppy real quick. I'm just going to take a hammer to this middle. Brennan, can you throw this outside? Got the middle piece out. And don't know if I want to take this out yet. You know, we'll see if we need that out. We'll see if we can get the system in without taking that out. It wouldn't be hard to get out. I would just kick it out, but Feels kind of secure, so we'll leave it for now and see how it goes. All right, we're gonna start seeing how all this is gonna fit. This is the pressure tank. We got the 3 filters. Let's see how this pressure tank fits in here first. All right, yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking about is will this clear the bottom of this stuff? And I think we're good on that. We have no problem with it clearing the bottom of the plumbing for that guy, okay? One of the next things I was worried about was this guy right here. Fitting in here. Let's see how the space is. Ooh boy, gonna work, but you can see just an inch or so on that side. So literally it'd probably be more clearance if I put this guy over on this side where I got less pipage, and that guy can easily fit over here. So let's do that.
RCC7 series systems are designed for under-sink water use.
Because of my sink modifications, I do have shutoffs, and I've actually got residential units, so maybe this will work to my advantage. We shall see. Alright, next crucial thing is to figure out where we want to put this fella. I think it's, I got the soap dispenser on this side. Maybe I'll even it out, put this guy over on this side. And kind of set that something like that, kind of facing opposite from the sink. Looks like a little miniature sink, kind of. Just do some crucial measurements. About the knuckle also. Maybe a little more exact. Beautiful. Perfect. Be something just like that. All right, so far we're about halfway down. Got the little RO faucet ran. I got the drain into the plumbing ran. One of the things I didn't know is when you run these ROs, there's a lot of wastewater that goes back down. Like 1 gallon of wastewater for every 3 gallons, I think, of good water, something like that. Look it up. Anyway, so we got that return line ran, and we got it hooked up. We got the water supply, the line ran to the water supply. So we're making some progress. Let's keep going. Well, this sucks. This little piece here that goes on top of the water tank is missing its little O-ring. You gotta check these things. And I didn't check the one that went on the water. Now I'm nervous of. I'm gonna have to double check it now. Yep, there's no washer in there. Fudge. Let me go through everything, see if it's in a bag somewhere, because that sucks. One small trip to Ace Hardware and
wrench to tighten the cap with another quarter of the half turn of the wrench. Do not over-tighten and make future push fitting back to the membrane housing cap.
getting there. We are to the step where we're flushing the filters now, and we're just kind of making sure nothing's leaking. So far, So good. It's cold, but it almost feels like it's leaking, but it's not. We gotta do this for 5 minutes, make sure there's no leaks, and it kind of pre-charges these filters, I guess. It says it helps prolong life. So we are definitely gonna do that because I don't have to buy no filters too soon. So another interesting little feature is it does have this, that the water feed line goes into and out of before it goes into the system. And if it takes water in on the bottom, since it's a leak, it will shut the system off. It's like turns into a valve and shuts it off immediately. So being in an RV, we can always use an extra layer of protection like that.
Step 4. Let the water trickle for at least 10 minutes to drain out any residual.
She just started trickling and it took probably 3 or 4 minutes. So don't panic when nothing happens. Now it says we're gonna let it just do this for 10 minutes, so we'll come back. We have it all done. It's all hooked up. I got water going through it. We gotta go through 2 cycles of filling up that, you know, the water reservoir underneath there. We gotta have it fill this. Let me show you. See, it's all done. It's all hooked up. You gotta fill that guy up twice and drain it. Each time takes an hour or 2 apiece. So I'm gonna go safer and let it have its 2 hours. Fill it up, and then you're just gonna turn your tap on and drain it out of the tap. You gotta do that twice, they want you to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. In the meantime, the one last mod I have left is I have the UV Ultraviolet filter. And this is mostly, like I said, in case you're running off of kind of well waters. That's where you get bacteria sometimes. Sometimes, you know, you can get ground table water mixing with your drinking water, or sewer water. It might be infiltrating your drinking water, getting down into the well. The UV light helps kill off bacteria. So I don't have to really worry about that here unless the municipal water source gets contaminated somehow. But for future proofing it, if we do go somewhere and it is well water, it's good to have one of these UV filters. I want very clean water. I got this separate, it's made by the same company. We're gonna go ahead and start installing her. Okay, and be ready, man. Tell you what, these instructions, the words are so small, it is making me feel very old. Anyways, I like this. It says for step 3, I got to insert, it says insert the quartz tube into the reactor chamber. That's awesome. I feel like I'm working on like a nuclear lab or something now. I got to take this glass tube and carefully insert her through. Ugh. Don't want nothing to blow up here. Just kidding, it won't do that. Okay. I guess leave about that much. It says 5 millimeters. Well, I'm American, we don't use millimeters. I think this glass tube is basically just gonna house the UV light inside it, and then it's gonna fill this chamber up through these tubes. Run it through the reactor chamber. Why they couldn't have just done all this at the factory. And this is going right, this is at the very end. This is when it comes out of the filters and goes straight to your little top tap part. So I tried to do it the ghetto way and just run the plug to a plug, stretch it across. It's just not gonna work right. Could I lengthen the cord? Yeah. Could I put holes through stuff? Yeah. We're gonna do it the right way. I'm gonna add a 110 outlet down underneath there just to plug into it. Do it the right way. Whoa. I'm sending money on my phone, I think. Anyways, I'm just gonna finish doing what I need to do today, which is finish purging that filter. And tomorrow we'll get going on finishing the UV filter. Right now it's not hooked up. So tomorrow I'll hook up the UV filter and everything will be purged and ready to go. That's probably the best way to go. All right, I'll be back. It is day 2. Went to Ace to get the materials that we need, I think, to add an outlet down there. So it's about 12 bucks. Let me show you what I got. So we got electrical box to hold it. We got the cheap outlet and a cheapy faceplate to go on it. So I got the box that has little feet on it so it can mount to the wall nice and easily. I'm going to go ahead, do that my way. This is not going to be a DIY on nothing electrical. You shouldn't follow what I do. And I'll show you when I'm done. Let me show you where I'm at. I got the electrical outlet installed. It cost me about $12, $13. And you can find information online if you have to install one under your sink too. It's very simple to do. Let me show you what I got. So as you can see right here is where I wired up the outlet, and this right here that's plugged into it, goes to the UV filter. And here's the UV filter up on top here. Really nice construction. It's made out of metal, and it comes with a timer that when it flows through here, it resets the timer. See how it's counting down to 179 there? I'll show you. So we'll go right here, turn this little fella on, back off, and you can see it reset it to 300. Now it's going to count down again. And what that's for is it's going to turn off the UV lights when they get all the way down. You see that glow to the top of those? Those are solid white fittings, man. That UV light has to be so bright to make those things show up like that. To be able to let you see those things like that. So when this hits, counts all the way down to 0, those lights turn off because it don't want to waste electricity. The whole 11 watts it is, so it's really not that big a deal. But it really wasn't hard at all to do. I think this is more simple than when I installed my faucet. It wasn't hard to do. You just got to take your time, go slow. There's excellent video instructions on the Amazon product page. If you go to the videos with all the pictures at the top. That's really what you want to use for instructions. The UV filter, there was just these little Chinese instructions. They're so small that, man, they were rough to read. Where are they at? I mean, that small. So my eyes are getting tired. Anyways, so far we've used it. I used it last night without the UV filter. Like I said, the UV filter is mainly in case you got bacteria or viruses or something in the water like that. That's more for like well water stuff. But we're suited now. We're self-contained. We're able to go anywhere, any park, and this will hopefully pull out any kind of nasties. And we'll have beautiful, clean drinking water. I really like having clean drinking water, knowing that's good to go. Anyways, appreciate you watching. If I get a like, subscribe. I'll put all these products in the bottom there if you think it's something you want to give it a shot. It's better than those Berkeys. They're going to take up counter space on top. Where those big things are, those big silver ones are, go on top of your counters. It's better than that because those take up so much freaking space. This goes under your sink. It's residential. It's going to work better and that kind of stuff, I bet you. 7 stages. Anyways, appreciate you watching. Talk to you later.